There's a good reason why we chose to use nasty words to describe stuff. Nasty words just have a lot more punch and a lot more impact. The fact that these nasty words are offensive is the precise reason why a lot of these words are being used. But apparently we have to draw the line on these nasty words because we don't want to offend someone. Sorry to say this, but sometimes giving offense to someone is an intentional move. And the fact that you have outlined how to get people offended, it's gonna backfire at you immensely. You are handing them information and how to hurt them without you even realizing that you did. Imagine if you play a role-playing game and your enemies be like, hey, please don't attack me with fire. I am weak to it. And even if the purpose is to not make people to unintentionally cause offense, if they got offended by people unintentionally all the time, then it's less the people's problem and more of a you problem.
That sounds like a you problem.
You know that a tweet is gonna be good when there's a freaking content warning on the language. What are these dangerous and nasty words that we should avoid to not offend people? Stupid, dumb, idiot, moron, lame, insane, psycho, delusional, imbecile, lunatic, crazy, Really? These aren't even that nasty. They're just everyday common words that people use to describe something. Or someone. I mean, man, if disabled people got offended for being called stupid, dumb, idiot, or moron, then it might as well just enter the Canadian healthcare because those words will never ever stop coming out of people's mouths.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Some other sentences that are offensive are like, are you deaf? Or are you blind? Or is the blank here in the room with us? Yeah, last time I checked, those sentences are typically being said to able-bodied people, not disabled people. I guess it's offensive because that implies that being disabled is lower than being able-bodied, but the context isn't to make fun of disabled people, it's to make fun of able-bodied people and tell them that they are disabled. It's like calling a straight person gay. Is there something wrong with being gay? No, but there is something wrong with presenting yourself as straight, but then you do stuff that typically gay people would do. I'm not talking about dressing feminine, because you can dress feminine and still be straight, the same way you can dress masculine and still be straight. I'm talking about something like this clip from Law & Order.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
Yeah, when you as a straight person start screwing men, that's when we're starting to doubt your straightness. There's nothing wrong with being blind or deaf, but there is something wrong with presenting yourself as none of those and then exhibiting the behaviors of people who do. People don't have issues with the disabilities themselves, they have issues with the lying. Calling a person who can see blind is an insult to their eyesight. Calling a person who can hear deaf is an insult to their hearing. I can't believe I have to explain basic language comprehension that these people would have learned in freaking middle school, but I guess this is more reason why the education system absolutely failed these people. Here are apparently some common ableist words and phrases and a list of alternatives. So instead of saying stupid, you say frustrating, pointless, annoying, irritating, or obnoxious. None of these are actually synonyms for the word stupid. If you don't know what a synonym is, either your education has failed you or you failed at education. Look it up. The same applies to the word crazy. None of these words here are close to the meaning of the word crazy. And even if they are, they just don't have the same punch. And that's why choosing the right words matter. You want them to have a punch. These words have about as much punch as a balloon hammer. You're supposed to incite emotions with words, not tranquilize them to freaking boredom. Oh, and the best part of this whole ordeal is when the OP has to mute the thread because they don't want to waste their time typing out and sending replies. Please be more considerate of how we speak so that you don't offend people, the OP said. Yeah, well, maybe you shouldn't ask people to not be offensive on a platform where people are hurling offenses all the time. This is like jumping into a Call of Duty lobby and telling people to stop insulting each other, or jumping into McDonald's and tell people to stop eating. Yeah, not gonna happen anytime, but take comfort in knowing that it's really not your fault. We human beings are just really vindictive creatures that just love to insult each other and eat lots of junk food. And that's the first out of the couple of hooplas that I'm going to be talking about in this video. This is the part where I'm going to tell you guys to check out my APB Show channel, link down below. Go subscribe because those are where I got my hooplas, and a new episode is going to come real soon. Anyway, let's get to the next hoopla. It's pretty funny how Andrew Tate has been the internet's metaphorical punching bag, considering he was former fighter and all that. He was seriously beaten up on the internet when he said that books are for middle brain losers. But he also promoted his comic book. I guess that makes anyone who bought his comic book low brain losers. It's especially funny with a lot of his takes, especially about women's virginity and how apparently it's magic, and every time they had sex with a different man, that magic is long gone. There you go, ladies. Andrew Tate just told you to not have sex to keep that magic. Okay, then, if women should stop having sex, then maybe you should too, Andrew. Last time I checked, sex is a two-player thing. Anyway, I bring up Andrew Tate because a lot of his fans are actually even more cringe than him.
What are you doing if Tate calls you to a meeting but you're already on a date with this chick?
Neither. I already have a girlfriend and this chick is invading my private space and she should go away. And even if she is my girlfriend, I wouldn't abandon her just because Andrew Tate and the boys had some important meeting about how to defraud these women to their bidding. I tell them to go screw themselves by that point.
Step 1. I say, baby, I need to handle some business. Meet you in the hotel later.
Okay, if you are on a date with her for a while already, it's fine if you call it quits, but meet you at the hotel later? Yeah, I'm just saying, if I'm the woman in there, I would feel rather abandoned, and I would just quit you straight up.
Step 2. Take some pics on the way, being on the road, that I will post later during the meeting with Tate.
So, exposing to the world that you are lying?
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Step 3. Once I'm back at the hotel throwing 10 G's in the bed that I already had, this is how it's done, baby.
Yeah, and that's assuming that you have 10 G's, and that's assuming that she's actually waiting for you at the hotel.
She'll respect the fact that you have priorities and are on a mission.
A mission for what? Romanian Jill 80% speedrun? Well, that's something that his fanboy already done, so you're gonna have to catch up.
Saying something came up and throwing some cash on the table and heading out is actually a power move.
No, paying for your date's dinner is not exactly a power move. That's a power move the same way holding a door for someone is a power move. Heck, I'd say the people holding the door has more power moves than you.
Bruh, that girl is worthless. Dinner with Tate is priceless. You do the math, Morpheus.
It's very ironic, isn't it? People follow Andrew Tate because they want to score women, but when they actually got the opportunity to score a woman, they fumbled it so that they can continue listening to Andrew Tate about how to score women. Does that make any sense? It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
If Tate calls you to a meeting, it's to talk about something important, something that is going to help you make more money.
Well, most of Andrew Tate's followers are not as rich as he is. In fact, they are pretty freaking poor because Andrew Tate takes all their money. So if you genuinely think that Andrew Tate is gonna make you money, nah, it's more like he's making money off of yours. The Bechdel test is this feminist test that involves checking to see if a movie or a show or whatever has more than one woman, the women are talking to each other, and women talk about something other than men. It's a really stupid metric to abide to because it doesn't really highlight the quality of the movie on a feminist perspective. It's a test so dumb, even feminists aren't using it anymore. That being said, there are some that apparently still didn't get the memo. This person over here told her husband that Oppenheimer doesn't pass the Bechdel test, and the husband said, "You know it's historical, it's based on a true story." Because it is, and Oppenheimer is a great movie. The wife then replied with this really dumb statement.
My bad, I forgot women were one-dimensional hysterical set dressings and not real complex people.
Yeah, none of those can be genuinely measured with the Bechdel test. There are movies that you might be genuinely shocked that actually passed the test, like American Psycho. No, really, American Psycho barely passed the test. A movie where Patrick Bateman indulged on his sexual fantasies barely passed the test. And if you actually watch Oppenheimer, the women aren't just historical set dressings. But hey, since you really hate men that much, I don't think this movie is for you. There are lots of them. If you can get past the very brief sex scene and the scene where the characters are in nude, you will definitely see that these are all complex people. But that's the funny thing about modern feminists. They cannot see the actual characters of women in fiction when they got sexualized. Even if the woman is really well written and has depth and complexity, they're gonna dismiss them because they got half naked at one point. Imagine doing that in the real world. Imagine going to a sex worker and be like, "You are significantly less of a human being because you sell your body for sex." And if your counter argument is, "Well, there are loads of misogynists that have those opinions in real life," congratulations. By your logic, you are a misogynist. I'm playing this clip for emphasis.
I see it all the time. Women in power are worse than men.
And that's all for the video today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe for more. And as always, huge thanks to all of these wonderful and amazing individuals. If you want to see your names among these absolute legends, then please check out the links down below. Just $1 and you have submitted your name among these legends. Seriously, thank you so much, and I will see you all next time.